Mandy Moore is getting some support from her co-star and This Is Us husband Milo Ventimiglia after her claims that real-life ex-husband Ryan Adams was manipulative, controlling, and emotionally abusive. 41-year-old Ventimiglia spoke to Access in Los Angeles, saying there are things that people live through and are able to have a forum to discuss it and speak about it honestly. I'm incredibly proud of Mandy for just being who Mandy is, which is a very giving, inspiring woman. He added, if anyone else can take away from that situation or be inspired to let someone know that they're not alone in their feelings, that's a great thing to do. That was Milo's quote. On February 13th, the New York Times published a thorough report where several women came forward alleging that Ryan Adams was possessive and mentally abusive. That report even alleged that Adams had conversations of a sexual nature with an underage girl. On Instagram, 34-year-old Moore, who was married to Adams for 7 years, encouraged her followers to speak truth to power, saying, speaking your truth can be painful and triggering, but it's always worth it. My heart is with all women who have suffered any sort of trauma or abuse. You were seen and heard. Days after the allegations became public, Moore appeared on Marc Maron's WTF podcast. She told Maron, I was living my life for him, being the mother. It's an entirely unhealthy dynamic. I had no sense of self. I was so small. She later added, it was so untenable and unsustainable, and it was so lonely. I was so sad. I was so lonely with him. Moore admitted that she felt like she was drowning and that she knew that Adams was not the person she was meant to be with. In response to the report, Adams first posted seemingly vindictive tweets at the New York Times. He later deleted those tweets. And then later on, in a newer series of tweets, Adams claimed the Times report featured both inaccurate and outright false claims. Both he and his lawyer issued statements denying that Adams ever knowingly had correspondence of a sexual nature with someone underage.